We actually do have some video queued up from one of our favorite moments from last year's playoff run, if we could play that real quick.
That was reaction of the WFAA crew. That was game one of the World Series when Adolis Garcia hit the walk-off home run. You see Teresa there, Rebecca Lopez, Matt Howerton screaming into the camera. Andrew's there too. We had a couple of our videographers. Everyone just absolutely going nuts. And that brings up our next topic. Listen, we are all professionals, but we're also all fans. So I'm curious, what moment has made you want to cheer in the press box? And Teresa, we got to start with you.
I mean, clearly you just saw it, right? I mean, but think about it. I mean, this is a team I have cared about and loved since I was born. And so experiencing that World Series run, I'm sorry, folks, I couldn't control myself. And I will say I come at this from a little bit of a different angle. I am a news reporter. I'm not a sports journalist. And so, you know, I felt like I could do that. I felt like it was okay for me to go a little crazy, and clearly many of my colleagues couldn't contain ourselves either. And I think the whole really fan base for Rangers Nation was right there with us. I got a lot of messages from folks who were saying, I feel it. I was on that ride with you, and I couldn't control myself either.
Technically, we weren't in the press box, right?
You got it. We were in center field.
The press area.
Yes, the rule for our sports journalist is no cheering in the press box. So, all right, guys, the question is there for you. Mac, you ever been close to pulling off that cheer in the press box?
Well, like the Corey Seager home run in Game 1 of the World Series last fall, I let out an, oh my God! I did let that one out, and there was so much noise, no one could really hear me, and it really comes down to that, Joe, which is don't make too much noise. The other time was I went to Kansas. I did my other undergrad at Kansas, and I was covering a Sweet 16 game at AT&T Stadium, and they blew the lead. And when they gave up a game-tying three-pointer to Michigan, I might have let out some curse words, but nobody could hear it, so nobody knows for sure.
Benny?
Yeah, so Skin and I didn't take a standard route into getting into sports media, and so I don't have a journalism degree, so I can remember being in the press box in 2001 or 2 doing the ticket post-game show for the Mavericks, and it was our first time in the press box, and we were cheering like crazy, high-fiving, yelling. Somebody came over and told us to stop, and I wanted to fight him. So I quickly learned the rules, but have tried not to follow them all along the way.
So,
Yeah.
Joe, you kind of dodging the question here. Have you ever done it? Because you were pretty stoic in what we just saw.
Yeah, I was behind the camera, and listen, I was having fun watching them have fun, to be perfectly honest. There was one time, and it wasn't in the press box, though. It was when the University of Texas last won the national championship in football. Vince Young scores. I was there. Not only was I there, I was in the corner of that end zone. And Vince Young, being a Houston guy, his high school coach, I went to grade school with his daughters. We were all family friends. So I just started jumping up like crazy because this kid I'd been hearing about forever actually pulled it off, and I was just feet away. So not technically in the press box, but yeah, I was cheering a whole lot the year that Texas won. Still, my top sports moment in person. That's it. Vince Young scores was the call from the great Keith Jackson.
See, even the professionals have to cheer occasionally. It just comes with the moment.